hey Janeene, so like I gotta come clean here, 100%. So from a person, we were talking about, you know, trapping cats and don't pick them up and don't do anything crazy. From a person who has had rabies shots, who by the way was doing her rescue job and got a little crazy and picked up a cat and it bit me. It's definitely take caution. And I tell everybody this along every line of anything, and especially whenever we talk a lot about pet safety, the pet planning, pet anything. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, find somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's not
worth
doing it. It's not. And there's always somebody that can help you. And I love that Spay Neuter Project. You're not going to go pick up the cat. You're not going to do this, but you have a good plan in place for people that it's an instructional. They can take it home. They can do it. And if they feel comfortable with it, and that's great. But yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, just don't do it, because rabies shots are very expensive.
Well, and
I'll tell you that.
And I would say that the majority of animals, I'm not worried about having rabies, but you can never be too careful.
You can't.
You can't be too careful.
I have got, and I don't think I've ever showed you this, so this will be something we'll show online because this will be really good. So I had a wonderful cat that was my cat. We had 15 cats in our house, so things were crazy. We brought his mom back. His mom had went to a nursing home and stayed, and then we brought the mom back because they were kicking all the animals out, which was fine. That was a thing. And he didn't like her anymore. And I never dreamed that in a million years. And they would get into fights. And I have got, you can see there's the two teeth marks right there. And the 2 teeth marks right here. And he was hanging on my arm, 20 pounds of cat hanging on my arm. I had no feeling in my arm this part of my hand for 2 weeks. I didn't know if I was going to have it back. It happened in a split second.
Right. And animal bites regardless, dog, cat, they can get infected really quick. Right. People oftentimes will be like, oh, I'll just put peroxide or I'll just wash it. I mean, you do have to be incredibly conscientious if you see swelling, redness, different things. You have to automatically, see somebody or get an antibiotic. But it's not, again, I'm not as worried about the rabies. I'm more worried about if you don't know, and then you get worried. An example is we had a staff person not long ago who really didn't realize that there are times when you have to just let the animal go. So sometimes our first response is to want to try to hold it just a little tighter or to try to get a better grip. That's not the response. It's you have to just let go because you don't want them hanging on your arm or whatever that is. So, don't take that risk, but we can tell you how to do it safely. Or there are different TNR, which is trap, neuter, return groups, TNR groups, that's what they do. It's their passion, it's their mission. They want to make sure that the cats are healthy, that they're fixed, and they do it humanely. Yes. The other thing is humanely. I mean, let's be really honest. We want to do it safely, but it has to be humane. We are not in the business of people bringing us animals and them saying, could you just put this feral cat to sleep? Or we don't want this cat anymore. I mean, that's not our business. That's not who we are. That's not what we do. And so if a cat is truly ill or sick, yes, they probably need to see a full-service vet to be euthanized. But that's not the case with ferals. You don't go around and euthanize ferals. The bottom line is, if you go in, and they call it the vacuum effect, if you go in and you swoop up all the ferals from this one little area, guaranteed, just because they're gone does not mean another group is not going to move in. And so the group that is there is usually keeping others from kind of moving in. So you can't solve the problem of the ferals in your little area by just removing them, because more are going to come in. So you have to realize that that's not the solution, but what is, and it's spaying and neutering, and then letting those cats over time just kind of matriculate out, for lack of a better word. I mean, it is letting them kind of live out their life in the environment that is their own in a humane and safe way.
Wonderful. Hey, Janeene, I really love talking to you about this topic. And I'm so glad you're here with me in the morning room. And you will be coming back, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
So I just want to thank you so much, and great talk today.
Thanks, appreciate it.